whatsoever he tells you in the darkness. You must proclaim in a lie, and when you see the heavens unroll, just like a scroll, every new ball, every dawn will confess the name of Jesus, every knee will fall.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. The Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Welcome to Winepress Ministries, guys. My name is Travis. If you're stopping in for the first time, welcome. I opened another channel devoted just to my music. If you guys are interested, it's Afterlife Musician. I needed to take a little bit of a hiatus from doing the music just so that we could do a little bit of study on God's Word. Tell you the truth, I was having a little bit of a tough time getting the motivation to do it. So in preparation for the teaching that I actually want to do, which is about the water in verse 2 there, just to lay a little bit of groundwork because it sort of relates, I wanted to take a quick look at this first verse in Genesis 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Then in verse 2, it says, "And the earth is without form and void." Why does it tell us God made it and then tell us he didn't make it? It says he made the heaven and the earth is without form and void. There's something deeper to this than simply telling us, hey, God did this, now let's find out how he did it. It's important to look at even little details like this. Now, here's how I look at it. If I want to build a house and I go to the store and I get all the lumber, the nails, the screws, the plumbing, the electrical, everything I think that I'm gonna need to build a house. And then I go home and I just start building it the way that I think this house should go. Is that gonna turn out good? Probably not. It's probably gonna turn out really bad. And the further I go, the worse it's probably gonna get. Things aren't gonna line up. I'm gonna probably forget things, right? The proper way to do this, first, make a blueprint. Develop a plan, get it all down, get all the steps, all the materials we're going to need, fully understand where each piece is going to go, and then begin the actual building process. So you hire an architecture or whatever. They're going to develop this blueprint for you. They are going to build that house before that house is even built. So in this first verse, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, is more than just telling us he did it, now let's find out. He actually created it. He had the idea, the blueprint, the mold, the scaffolding, the stencil, however you want to look at it. It's very important to look at these details because right away, the very first verse of the Bible lets us know that God is in control. He has a full plan. He didn't just throw this universe together willy-nilly. Like, oh, okay, well, that looks good. Oh, hey, maybe I should do this next. He knew exactly what he was going to do, when he was going to do it, step by step in order to build our house. Sometimes it doesn't seem like, we don't understand God's blueprint. We don't always think he's in control. He's in control. He's been in control from day one, and actually before day one. Now, there's another kind of interesting thing, just a thought that I wanted to quick touch on to close out this video, just because I'm trying to get motivation to do a couple of these teachings. Now, I'm not saying that this is actually what this is, but some of you may have heard this theory about the universe being a hologram. And at first glance, it kind of seems like, yeah, okay, that's kind of a cool thought. But if we actually learn about holograms, it's very interesting. Have you ever studied black holes and about the way that the singularity works and how information is there but not there and it's destroyed, which you can't destroy information or energy. There's a lot of scientific evidence that it does operate like a hologram. Let's take a look quick at how we capture a holographic image onto a piece of film. All right, so one way to do this, say we want to photograph an apple into a hologram. Here we've got a camera, way to capture the image. These little black triangles are mirrors. And here's a light source down here. We're going to send out a light beam to this first mirror. This is going to actually split this light beam into two different beams, probably two different frequencies or range of frequencies. One beam will get directed back over to this mirror, which then directs it up towards the object which we wish to capture into a hologram. This mirror is going to pick up some of this as it bounces off the apple. It's going to direct it down into our image capturing device. Same thing is going to happen over here. It's going to direct it up to our apple. This is going to capture some of that frequency coming off. And it's going to direct it into our image capturing device. You'll notice this distance is much shorter than this distance. The reverse up here, so that these two distances are the same and these two are the same. These different frequencies will hit this apple at a different time. Then they will still reconstitute into a single image at the exact same time. So they leave at the same time, they arrive at the same time, but they gather information about the object at a different time and in a different range. So they're gathering all kinds of different information. Now we're going to take our piece of film with our apple on there. We're going to shine a light through it and a 3D image will appear. Let's take a pair of scissors and cut that film in half. Throw half. Now we have a picture of half an apple. We shine light through it and an amazing thing happens. An entire 3D image of the whole apple appears. Let's cut it again. Throw that away. Now we've got just the bottom quarter picture of our apple. Shine a light through it, the whole 3D image. We can just keep doing this and it's going to keep popping up the entire 3D image. The beauty of capturing a real holographic image that way, the information for the whole, for the entire apple is stored not just on the film, but on every single piece of that film. The information for everything is stored in everything. So this is a little wheel from a projector I have. This is only 2D, it's not a true hologram, but for demonstrative purposes, it does the trick. If this is our holographic film, this is the black hole. This is why it looks to us like there's nothing there. Our mathematics break down, it doesn't make sense. Once you cross the event horizon, there's no escaping it. The reason why is because once you get past a certain point, you literally cross onto the film. You disappear from our 3 dimensions. Obviously, there would be darkness upon the face of the deep. The deep is going from 2D to 3D. So this solves the conundrum of what the heck a black hole is and how it can possibly operate this way, because it doesn't make sense. This is the way that our universe works. We see repeating patterns. We see fractals. We can look up into the heavens of the macrocosm and look down into the microcosm, and we see the same repeating information. As above, so below. God is within us. The kingdom of heaven is within us. It's just kind of an interesting little thought. Maybe he captured a holographic image. First, he creates that picture. He says, let there be light, and there was light, and it shines through, and the universe begins. If you guys like the content of this video, please like, comment. Any way that you interact with this content is going to help others see it. And I'm sure you hear that all the time on YouTube, so I don't need to say that, but, you know, a little bit of a poke so that we can help others understand God's word too. That's the goal of this channel ultimately, is to help others understand God's word. Thank you for stopping by. Well, we're going to look at the water in verse 2 in the next teaching. We'll see you guys then.